This is day 25. The basics will destroy you. When it comes to building a life of meaningful pursuits, grand visions, and lofty goals, there's an alluring rush in planning how to conquer the big challenges. Yet the reality is this: the basics are the unseen anchors of our existence. Ignore them and you'll find yourself swept away by the smallest storm, unprepared and overwhelmed. The foundation. What are the basics? Well, to thrive, or even just survive, we must attend to what often feels like mundane, but is undeniably essential. Here's an analysis of the pillars that uphold our day-to-day life. First, good health. Health is the silent partner in every achievement we make. Without it, even the smallest task becomes monumental. It's easy to overlook in the frenzy of our ambitions, but without taking care of your physical and mental well-being, no success will taste as sweet. This means consistent exercise, balanced nutrition, sleep, and managing stress. It's not glamorous, but it's critical. Second, freedom from serious addiction. Addictions are like hidden cracks in the wall that seem harmless at first but can turn catastrophic over time. Whether it's substance abuse, gambling, or even tech-related dependencies, these elements corrode your stability. They drain energy and focus and resources, and leaving a shell of a potential where promise once stood. The battle against addiction may feel smaller than tackling world-changing missions, but it's absolutely foundational. Third, maintain relationships with family and loved ones. You can be a mastermind in your field, an innovator with a trail of awards, but if the ties with your family, spouse, and children fall apart, what's left at the end of the day? Relationships ground us. They provide a source of resilience and perspective that no professional achievement can substitute. They need tending like any garden, or they'll wither at the worst possible time. Fourth, a decent occupation and skills that are in demand. Security in life starts with having a skill or trade that people need. It's about being able to keep the lights on and the food on the table. This isn't about landing your dream job or founding a startup that shakes the industry. It's about the practicality of being employable, reliable, and capable. If you can't provide for yourself, dreams can quickly turn to dust when the cold hard reality hits. Fifth, avoidance of harmful situations. Just as a fortress protects against threats, we must guard against the choices that can unravel everything. Criminal activity, reckless behavior, aligning with risky, morally ambiguous pursuits are roads that often lead to irreparable consequences. These are traps that don't just endanger a person temporarily, they stain reputations and set lives off course, sometimes permanently. Sixth, being wary of life-altering mistakes. Sometimes the smallest oversight can cascade into life-altering repercussions. Impulsive decisions, be it financial missteps or poor relationship choices, can haunt for years. The simple truth is that awareness and prudence are invaluable defenses. Learning from the mistakes of others or pausing to consider potential long-term impacts can help you avoid these types of pitfalls. I like the analogy of dealing with my backyard before I deal with dragons. Think of life as a journey where your first step is to clear your own yard. You might have dreams of slaying dragons on distant peaks, whether those dragons are financial empires, creative masterpieces, or societal contributions. Yet if weeds choke your garden, if your foundation has cracks, even the smallest stumble will derail you. Maintaining these basics isn't a flashy endeavor. It doesn't make headlines. But these acts of self-management are a difference between a life that can withstand a storm and one that crumbles under a drizzle. The basics seem boring until the day you need them, and then they aren't there. The conclusion? There's a silent power in stability. Before attempting grand feats, ensure the small pieces of life are in place and steady. Check that your health supports your ambitions, verify that your relationships anchor you, that your occupation can sustain you, and that you've sidestepped any major pitfalls. Because when life's dragons do appear, those small basic elements will determine whether you face them confidently or collapse before you've even drawn your sword.